I'm here in Madison, Wisconsin. It's the day before the big primary. Check it out. Got my new MacBook Air. Is it lightweight? Yes, it is. Is it thin? Thin. That's fine. Does it look great? Oh, be careful about what I show you. Does it look great? Yeah, it looks great. Look how thin it is. Keyboard lights up. I can fling it around. What do I have on the screen? See that? Those are my pictures. See the change we can believe in? Can you see who it is? Michelle Obama. I saw Michelle Obama at the Oscar Mayer Theater. We have a theater dedicated to meat. Not tainted meat, not recalled meat, Oscar Mayer meat, and we got our lovely future First Lady. Face it, kids, she's going to be the First Lady. Get used to it. Come on, don't worry. They're not going to mess things up. They're practical, people of good character. She told me that. It was very convincing. What a charming First Lady. I mean, what an elegant first family we'll have when Obama is president and Michelle Obama is First Lady and the adorable kids are in the White House. Come on, it'll at least cheer people up. Maybe not everyone, but, you know, it's going to happen, I think. And I'm going to vote for Obama tomorrow. Now, you might say, oh, she's going to vote for McCain in the general election. She's just crossing over to vote for a Democrat. But that's not true. In fact, I have always voted for a Democrat in the primaries. And even though I voted for Bush in '04, I've nearly always voted for a Democrat. The only other example of not voting for a Democrat is that I voted for Gerald Ford in 1976 because I got a bad feeling about Jimmy Carter. Something didn't like. But I've actually voted for Jimmy Carter in 1980, which just goes to show how oddly devoted to Democrats I've been. But so I'm voting in the Democratic primary, and I'm voting for Obama in part because I'm voting against Hillary Clinton. I just don't think it would be good for the country to have the Clintons back in the White House. I think the idea of I don't think Obama and Clinton would be that different in office. I think they'll do many of the same things. The idea that they're just going to act alone and their programs will be part of the law if they become president is silly. The important thing is the foreign policy stuff. And the domestic things will have to be done through Congress. And I think we'll end up with pretty much the same thing, whichever of them is president. But I think that Obama will be a better figurehead. And the Obama family will be good for a lot of people, will be encouraging for a lot of people. And I think it'll be a good image for the United States. I think we need to get past the endless Clinton-Bush era, and I don't think having the Clinton family back in the White House would be very helpful for us. So I'm going to write a blog post about it. This isn't intended to be a manifesto for why we should all be for Obama. I think it's the Democratic nomination that is still in play. So naturally, in an election where you can vote for whichever party you want, in Wisconsin, one ought to decide between Clinton and Obama. And I think the choice is clear that Obama is the better candidate and a stronger person and would do better things for the country. I'll at least trust him to do it. One of what did Michelle Obama say after I was walking out of there? I thought she gave a great speech. She was very charismatic. Yeah, charisma, we need more of that. She was very charismatic. She spoke, she didn't say anything mean. She was funny. I'm going to put up some video of it. I have to put up some video of myself. And she spoke a lot about education. I mean, her main theme was basically people should work hard and get an education. And she didn't really spend much time criticizing the government or criticizing Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was never named. It was mostly inspirational stuff that actually could have been in a high school assembly. Work hard and get an education and strive. But it was a certain amount of criticism for people who kept moving the bar. That was it, you know, that it gets harder and harder. And I think a lot of criticism of just that people get into debt or it's harder to do well economically. There was a little bit of that, but no specific criticism of the government, really. I mean, are they going to give us free college tuition? Nothing of that. It's just that, oh, we have a lot of debts from college, and that's bad, but no real solutions were offered. But I thought there was a lot of talk about how if, you know, that individuals actually needed to take a lot of responsibility. And I think there's some sense in which the Obamas might represent an encouragement to people to take more personal responsibility, which I think is something conservatives could like and appreciate. But as I was leaving, I was trying to think if there was anything she really said that impressed me. And I think that the things about character were impressive. She had a theme that what counts is what you do when no one is looking, which sounds a little like something that would be in a religious sermon. There was this idea that what you do in the shadows is what is your test of character. And she said some things about Obama, although we know he took drugs, so I'm sure he's done some things in the shadows that aren't perfectly on the up and up. But she talked about things that he did, taking his law school education and the going to work in public service kinds of situations rather than cashing in. Of course, the Clintons, too, deserve credit for taking their law school education and going into public service. Certainly Hillary Clinton didn't cash in with big law firm jobs. She never wanted to do that. And she went right into public service. So to the extent that that's the test, Hillary Clinton passed that test too. But I got the sense that in saying that the test of character is what you do when you're in the shadows, I think that there are some things about the Clintons that do seem like they took advantage for their personal benefit when no one was looking. Certainly Bill Clinton did. And I think one of the things my biggest problem with Hillary Clinton is that I don't think Bill Clinton deserves to be back in the White House after what he did. And I don't like the idea of the first woman president being, or any woman president, being someone who achieved power by defending a man who did things to women. So I think turning the page is a good idea, and I thought Michelle Obama was a terrific speaker, certainly, and would be a nice. The Obama family would be a nice figurehead to have in the White House, and they seem like people of good character who are smart and reasonably flexible and believe in personal responsibility to a certain extent. I don't think they're going to just be a bunch of extreme left-wingers who will bring socialism to the United States, which is what I read on some of the right-wing websites. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, so I am going to vote for Obama in the primary, and what am I going to do in the fall? Well, we'll see. We'll see how things play out. We'll see what's happening in the world. Foreign policy is the most important thing with respect to the president. We'll see how McCain, I assume it's McCain, and Obama will be when they are head-to-head. I can't help but think that when Obama is standing next to McCain in a debate, that Obama is going to wipe the floor with him. I'm voting for Obama tomorrow. And, and let me also endorse the very cool and thin Apple computer.